Lesson 42, Solving Percent Problems. A percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. Percent literally means per 100. Let me get a pen out here. So what we have here is that 25% of 20 is 5. So this is the percent, 25% of the whole is the percentage. Okay? So the way that we would solve this, and to prove that it's true, is we would take 25%, which as a decimal is 0.25, of course, means to multiply 20, and when you plug that into your calculator, you get 5. Okay? So, what number is 75% of 200? The key to this is writing it exactly the way you read it. What number? We don't know what number, so let's put W. Is means equals. 75% we need to write as a decimal, which is going to be 0.75. Of means to multiply, and then 200. Well, now all you have to do is exactly what the problem is telling you to do. I have 0.75 times 200. So that is going to give me my W equals, and all I have to do is punch this into my calculator, which is going to give me 150. Final answer. 150 is 75% of 200. On B, I want you to try and work this one on your own. Remember to write it exactly the way that you read it first. So go ahead and pause the video at this point. On B, it says what number? We don't know what number, so we start by putting W. Is, we know, means equals. 120%, remember that to change a percent to a decimal, we have to move that decimal place 2 times away from the percent sign, so we have 1.2. Of 50, excuse me. Of means to multiply, and then 50. So all we have to do is punch that into our calculator, 1.2 times 50, and that gives us our W, or our number that we're looking for, equals 60. Final answer. Okay, we can also write percents as a proportion. Okay, so for example, 10% of 50 is 5. We have the part over the whole equals the percent that we're talking about over the whole percent. Okay, the percent we're talking about, the whole is always 100%. So on A, we'll write that one right here. Okay, what number is 120% of 25? Well, we're talking about what part of it, so we don't know that right now. Of the whole is 25. Equals, and the part we're talking about, we want it to be 120%, and the whole percent is always 100. My pen isn't working, I hate having to do it like this. So then all we have to do to solve the proportion that we have here, is to cross multiply. So we have 100 times x, which gives us 100x, equals 120 times 25, which is 3,000. And to get x by itself, we divide by 100 on both sides. Hundreds cancel, leave me with x equals 30. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to beat on your own paper. Example 3. Lee receives $1,278.91 in gross wages every week. Excuse me. However, 33.85% of the gross earnings is removed for taxes and other deductions. Using an equation, determine the net pay. So we want to know how much he, it says that he receives the $1,278.91, but his net pay is what he would get before that deduction. So I know that he's going to lose the $33.85 out of his check, okay, for taxes and other deductions, and it wants us to write an equation to determine the net pay. Okay, so I know that the gross pay is this amount, and this 33.85% is going to come out. So we have that $1,278.91, and I know that the deductions is going to be 33.85% of that. Now, to change, just because there's a decimal here doesn't mean that it's already in decimal form. I still have to move that decimal 2 times. So it's going to be times 0.3385, and that's going to give me my deduction. So 1,278.91 times 0.3385 gives me 432.91135. So I'm going to round that to 2 decimal places because I'm dealing with money, which is going to be 432 and 92 cents, or 91 cents, excuse me. And to find his net pay, I now need to take his gross pay and subtract the deduction to find his net pay. So it's going to be this 1,278.91 minus the deduction of 432 and 91 cents. Whoops, 91 cents equals, and when I subtract those, I get $846. Okay, so that's our final answer. Last one, Raul worked 45 hours at $7.50 per hour during this month. If he saves 30% of his monthly earnings, how much will he have saved this month? Before I can figure out how much he saved, I need to figure out how much he has made. So I'm going to take, still not working, I don't know what the problem is, 45 hours times the hourly wage that he's getting, which is $7.50, so 7.5. So he's made $337.50. But I also know that he's going to save 30% of this amount. So I'm going to take this times 30%, which I know is going to be, move my decimal over 2 times, 0.3. And when I do that, I get 101.25. Please excuse my bad penmanship. So this month he saved $101.25. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you in class tomorrow.